much. And welcome to another week of Good Dawning here, where we channel Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. Happy Moon Day. We'll let people pile in. Good Dawning, Millie, Helene, Henny, Laura, and Laura. Anyways, looking for a cheap flight. We'll see what happens. Spirit Fest. That's Adam Bernstein's channel, the Medium channel. He's putting that on this weekend, which I'm actually off this weekend. So if for some odd reason I can find a flight that's less than $500 on the internet, maybe, the real thing, maybe, I might be able to pull it off here. We'll see what happens. It's not up to me anyways. It would, right now, airline tickets are like $500 to Newark and like $450 to LaGuardia and JFK. So, jawohl. Yannick's good dawning, Yanksy. So we'll see what happens there as far as flights to the East Coast, but being in Colorado. But we shall see. So hope you all had a great weekend. I know I certainly did, and hope that you don't create any negative energetic cords. And we'll do some cord cutting this dawning. And as well here, a couple of things. Gonna start something a little new here, a little bit like a humanized, I guess. I don't know what you to work one-on-one with Josh. Please, yes, we are open for business. Thank you, Millie. We are open for business. If you want a one-on-one session, we did a follow-up last night. It was like an hour and a half long. And we don't just do a session or anything of the sort. If you need a follow-up or two with one, if you're looking to kind of recalibrate your universe, Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael are certainly happy to help. That's the whole purpose from Saint Germain's end as to why he's channeling through me, is so that he can teach you guys to recalibrate your universe, how to create your universe, because we're not taught that. And that would be an amazing thing to be taught, how to create your universe from a very young age. So yeah, it's a shame that we don't do that. Instead, we are taught to have the universe create us, more or less. And that doesn't generally work. Ellen, good dawning, our resident singer here. Cricket, good dawning as well. Joyce, this is great. Welcome, family. All right. So from our end here, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to ground into our pyramid of light just to make sure that we stay protected for the week. If you're new here, we work with Isis. Isis card, it's out. I have to do the record it after this. But Carl de Franca Convives. Okay, welcome. So from our end here, we've been working with Isis and dropping energetic. We had an energetic pyramid placed around us. And yeah, as a matter of fact, if you watch certain people yesterday, there was a couple of meditations that ended up with energetic pyramids placed around people as well at the end of their program. So if you could see the light spectrum more than you don't see now, which is 90, you don't see 99+% of it. Hi, how are you doing? Duyo Astri. Oh, welcome, good dawning. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. But since you only see less than 1% of the light spectrum there, you don't see the pyramid that's placed around us that's protecting us. And of course, the only thing you need to do is believe that it's there and accept Isis's protection of the pyramid. So we're going to call in Isis, and all you need to do is just visualize yourself with that pyramid around you, however it looks and works for you. And we're going to go back and do some cord cutting. Every Monday, we're going to repeat cord cutting for specific family members, for mom, dad, and whatnot, kind of reground the week, because usually the cords that bind us the most are the ties that theoretically we should love the most as well. So that would be our spouses, kids, brothers, sisters, family, direct family, mom and dad. Those usually those ties are the ones that are the strongest, but also the deepest wounded ties as well. So we're going to work on cutting those ties as well. And yeah, so we'll do that this week too, or today. We'll cut those ties. And tomorrow every Tuesday from now, we're gonna just Tuesdays. We're gonna do a bomb on John Binney. It works well for me because then I go directly to work. So tomorrow's channeling and such will be shorter. We'll do just a quick cord cutting and then a channeling, and then we'll all go bomb John Binney, and we'll continue every Tuesday. We'll just kind of pile in there and try to be done by 9 so we can get over to John. So yeah, and other than that, Suzette, good dawning. Welcome. Grateful to see you. Fatima, good dawning. Welcome. Blessings. How's life in the Great North? Not anything over north of the U.S. border to me, it's the Great North, especially way down here in Colorado. Yeah, please like, share, and subscribe if you're new. This week we're doing ISIS. Next week we do Kuan Yin cards as well. And next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, I had it mixed up. So did my calendar and so did Adam. But next Tuesday, the 6th of August, I'm going to have Adam Bernstein on Tuesday night live with Saint Germain. So Saint Germain is going to do episode 1 of the Saint Germain interviews. Well, Saint Germain will interview Adam Bernstein, and Adam will do some mediumship on the channel and some channeling and such as well, light language. So that'll be fun. And so, yeah, we're starting to, ever so slowly here, we're moving things forward. And grateful you, Saba girl. Wow. Oh my God, there's like 27 people in this chat. I'm going to fall over. Now it dropped to 17. I don't know that the algorithm's ever correct in YouTube, but I've never seen this many people in my chat, and for that I am so grateful. I can't move from my previous relationships. Some advice: if you can't move on from your previous relationship, just realize there's 8 billion people on the planet, and what's grounding you to that one specific person, there's probably some sort of trauma in some sort of bond in some fashion. So that's a good way to start from there. But so Matt, if you can't get past your previous relationship, then generally there's some sort of trauma that's bonding you to that relationship. And to step away from that would mean that you have to face the trauma. In most cases, that's generally why. Or we feel that we're unlovable otherwise. It's one of the two. And it's usually still based on trauma. So yeah, so blessed, yes. If hopefully that helps. So from my end here, your end, I just imagine the pyramid around you, and it'll be there, and it's going to protect you for the week. We'll get into doing some pyramid work, but on Mondays we're going to do cord cutting. And so today, let's do some cord cutting, and as well as we get into the week, it kind of occurred to me, you guys are watching me, but you don't know who I am. It's like, who is this guy? How did he end up channeling, and how is he sitting here talking to Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain? I'm kind of like, do I have qualifications, so to speak? I mean, we all have qualifications. We're all human is your qualification, but I will state this: I did spend 7 years on and off. You don't literally spend 7 years, but you have your good days, but they're mostly the bad days. And in the dark night of the soul. And yeah, so for myself, most of my the past 7 years of the dark night of the soul, which I've been out of for like a year and a half, climbing out of, slow and steady, right? So yeah, that alone, sitting there 3 a.m. crying and then watching John Binney drop a video, or Ellen, I found Ellen, and she was singing, and anything to ground into something positive, right? That's just a start there as to how I ended up here and doing this. 7 years of, I don't recommend that, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing this, is because for myself, I couldn't climb out of the dark night of the soul. Sometimes you can get stuck in a loop in the dark night of the soul, or a healing cycle that you can't, like, you don't stop trying to heal, if that makes. So I got tapped on the shoulder, literally, and it could happen to you, but literally by Archangel Raphael, like, who's tapping me on the shoulder? And now I'm sitting here, but kind of had to get dragged out of the dark night of the soul. Teabag. So yeah, there's plenty more there. But we'll just kind of start with that, because it kind of occurred to me to, like, you just watch me, and I'm grateful. I am beyond grateful. It's 13 and 13 likes and 13 in the chat, and I'm grateful beyond words. But it's like, I've never really stated who I am or anything other than this guy who channels, per se. And so for that, yeah, so there'll be more, for sure. I've been in the Army. I spent a year hitchhiking around the country. So we'll go into more on me, but I don't want to talk too long here because I don't want this to go till forever. But From our end here, let's do some cord cutting. Every Monday, we're going to cut cords to our closest family. We've had all weekend to be tied together with the ones we love or the ones we tolerate, however you want to see it. Or if you don't have anybody in your universe, then you've had nobody for the weekend. So maybe that just as equally an opposite, but just as equally an energetic drain, so to speak. So yeah, we're going to cut those cords. So from your end, anything that happened over the weekend, we're not cutting the energetic ties from our parents, from our husband or our wife, from our children, from our brothers or sisters, or any direct family members that we are carrying energetic ties to. And generally we've had to sit with over the weekend. So we are going to cut any negative. We don't cut positive cords. Positive cords we want to keep attached. Those are positive, loving relationships. We want to keep the flow going between those relationships. We're cutting any negative energetic ties that we have generated or have allowed to be generated or just have generated between us and our close family members, our parents, our spouse, our kids, our brothers, sisters, what have you, aunts, uncles, cousins, just those in our immediate, and you could branch out a little bit, aunts and uncles and cousins, but those who are in our family, of our blood, so to speak. And so we generally carry the wounds from them the deepest, and even the littlest ding of negative energy from them will hurt way more than anybody else can throw at you, even Fran at the water cooler, so to speak. So we're going to cut those cords and carry them off or send them off so that we can have a clear week and leave any negatives from the weekend or just negative energies that have been sitting in our auric field from them, from our family members behind. And I leave it in the week behind. So if you want to imagine, there's a couple of different ways to cut cords. Of course, you can do so with the chalkboard method of just putting their name up. You can write down what they've done if you want to get specific, or you can just put mom and then just erase it. You can imagine writing it on the ground like in chalk and then sweeping it up or hosing it off. You can put it on an index card or put it on paper if you want to write it out and then ball it up. Or you can just say mom and then do the Reiki method of you can get a stone and do it that way, like rose quartz to heal yourself and cut the cord, or you can cut the cord physically with your arms and say that you're cutting the cord. If you could see more than 1% of the light spectrum when we said this, you would actually see yourself cutting the cord. But you can't. This is, unfortunately, isn't the seeing realm, it's the feeling realm. So that's why we don't see much. But if we saw everything, then it would be like seeing soup. You wouldn't be able to see in front of you. It would be a soup of energies and beings and globs of light moving around, and it would be a mess. So there you go. And then every thought you had would bring in more light. Every negative thought would bring in really dark light. So it wouldn't be fun. So from this end, then we're going to cut those cords from our family members. So all you have to do, pick your method, either the chalkboard, the chalk on the ground, and you can hose it or sweep it off. You can put it on paper if it's in front of you, or an index card, or you can imagine writing it on paper, or you can just state it and cut it. These are all energetic things you can do, and you can do this immediately as well. Like if you're at your mom's and you have to leave, and you're like, okay, that was a terrible interaction with mom. I'm going to cut that energetic interaction, cut the cords from it, remove it. The other thing you can do as well, which we were going to start working on as well, is asking your previous self or your current self in your highest form to remove it from your Akashic records. That's another way you can start playing around by actually manipulating your Akashic records, by speaking to your higher self. So there are things you could do there as well by saying, I want to remove this interaction from my Akashic records. It never happened, and I want a higher timeline. And then you can erase it from your Akashic records as well. But it's a lot easier energetically for yourself to feel it if you cut the cord on the earthly plane versus the Akashic record plane. So from that end, however you want to cut the cord. So we're going to cut the cords if you had any negative interaction between your parents, if you had any negative interactions with your children this weekend, any fears, any doubts, any lack between them, your family. Maybe you had to call your mom or your dad and you hung up. It didn't end that well. Maybe somebody's sick, so you want to cut the cord from the disease that they're having, and cut that out of their auric field. You can do that too. You can imagine cutting a disease from somebody's energetic field. Tons of things we can do here. So whatever's going to work for you, we're going to take 2 minutes Start your week off right and cut those negative cords off. Cut those negative connections off. Cut any negative situations that you had off and out of your auric field so we can start a new week nice and clean and clear. So we'll take a minute and do so. And from your end here, we're going to do the chalkboard. We're erasing negative energies. Start the week off clear. Cutting cords. Hopefully you cut cords. You feel a lot clearer. As you remove the denser traumas from your body or remove them from your energetic field, you'll feel light. You should feel lighter inside. You should also, any negative talk or energetic talk that you might have going on might also start to fade away. These things can happen too. But it's all about grounding into the now. We're going to bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain and do a channeling. And so if you're new here, when I channel, since I'm home, I have to go to the office and figure out my lease situation. I'm going to re-sign it, but they never sent me anything. So I want to get there. Like, it's rent like in a day. So that's why I'm home. So I can be there really fast. Get that taken care of. But so from this end here, we're going to go ahead and bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. I can reach out. If you see me, reach out for my coffee mug or anything. I'm more of a conscious channeler now. My eyes can be open. When we do nights, especially in the wintertime, when we do like Tuesday Night Live, and it's dark and it's just a light bulb, then my eyes will be open. With the sunlight, it's a little bright. And of course, the sunlight is also energetic light code. So it's kind of hard to transmit light code when you're receiving light code at the same time. Blessings to you, Suzette, as well. Love you. Grateful. All right. So we're going to count down from 5. That's how I center in the channeling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good dawning and welcome. Welcome to Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd. We are Archangel Raphael and mostly Saint Germain. We are here to channel for you, through Josh, for you, to you today. And we are grateful. And we say these same general things so you know that it is us. We are here for you today. Channeling. And we are grateful. It is your moon day. So you must go out and do a dance to the moon or whatever you are celebrating for your moon day. There you go. But in your universe, today, are you cutting your cards? You cut the cards this morning. Are you carrying those cards with you? Did you have a heavy weekend? We are not going to channel very long. We want you to have a good dawning, but we want you to sit into your energies and look back. Do you do that? Do you reflect over your days? Everything in your universe is energetics, and we've been talking about the energetic tendrils and cards, and you are bringing Bob home from the office because you are complaining about your boss when you are at home. So technically, you have brought Bob's energy into your home. Josh's ears are a little clogged. We are popping his ears. There we go. So from your end, do you carry those negative energetic tendrils in your field? We are cutting the cards because, symbolically speaking, you are removing that negative energy. Are you cutting the cards you cannot see? If you could see the light spectrum, yes, you would be cutting something. But from your end, are you feeling lighter? How are you feeling after the cards are being cut? Is the question on your end. We are not trying to do this to ground you back into the heavy energies or to make you think about the possible negative experiences you might have had over your weekend. We are cutting the cards on your moon day so that you can start your week off in a fresh, energetic state. You are not carrying your last week around. Now, there are things you may want to carry from your last week or your lessons. If you had a lesson and you are like, oh, I don't want to be that universe anymore. I don't want that in my universe anymore. We have one here who had canceled some things from her universe, and it has been a boon, and her energies are just, amazing. So from your end, is there something maybe you are carrying into your week that you want to release from your universe? Look at this as a week, your moon day or your Sunday, however you see our week starting. It's up to you, really. Look at those days energetically. What do you want to carry? Are you seeing things with intention in your universe? When we say intention, what we are meaning is, are you carrying your energetics with intention forward? Are you waking up and stating, I want to do this today intentionally? I want to feel this. This is how I intentionally want to behave. Everything in your universe is all about the energetics there of it. So in your universe, when you are on your moon day, are you carrying the negative energetics? Well, we'd be negative in your field. It may not be negative in the real realm of things, but you may feel it as negative. A negative interaction may be the most positive thing that will ever happen to you or for you based on the results on the back end. But nonetheless, you cannot see that is happening, of course. You cannot see that the car wreck and your car is totaled will lead you to an Alfa Romeo versus your Ford Pinto, so to speak. We are not saying you're going to jump that far, but you are getting the idea. You might be driving a jalopy and then you get into an accident. And then you are driving a brand new car and you are not even having to pay for it. Maybe the other person is paying for it because of the accident. So you would never know when negative things happen. But on your end, you do not want to carry negative energies over. So if you had an interaction with your mom or your dad, or if you are fighting with your children, or if you have a brother that you do not get along with and you had to go and see your brother this weekend, for example, and you are now in resentment of your brother, you do not need to carry that energetics with you through your new week. That is already in the past. You are already there. You had already spoken to your brother. You had already had the situation. It's like bringing Bob home from work. To complain about your TPS reports is to bring Bob home. If you are sitting around complaining about your brother, then you are sitting there with your brother in your kitchen, so to speak, but your brother is 100 miles away in another city. So from your end, can you see that the energetics that you are carrying into your universe? And are you living your universe and putting your energetics out with intention? Are you trying to be intentional in love today? Are you trying to be intentional in positive energy or helping others or whatever it is? Do you wake up and state that to your universe? Remember, we had talked about grounding and putting yourself into frame. Part of putting yourself into frame is stating to your universe the energetics that you want to create for yourself, the energetics you want to bring forth to the universe. What kind of day do you want? I intend to create love. You have no statement on how love will be created. It is your intention just to create more love into the energetic field of Earth. I want to create more abundance. It's not for you to state how. You are not the grand director. You're not going to sit there and go, okay, at 3 o'clock, the bank is going to drop a bag of money in my lap. It's going to fall off of the Brinks truck. It's going to land in my lap at 3 o'clock, and I'm going to walk away with a bag of $100 bills that have not yet been registered and are unsequelized. So I cannot get in trouble, right? You have sequeled money. It's just a bunch of $100 bills in a bag, old and new. So there you go. That is not going to happen. If you are trying to manifest more abundance in your universe, then you are going to just tell your universe that I want to create more abundance and let go. But you are not going to expect that at 3 o'clock the Brinks truck is going to drop the bag off and toss it off the back of the truck into your lap. That will never happen. Now, you could find a bag from a Brinks truck that has fallen off, but if you don't return it, you could end up in jail. So we don't want that for you either. We're not advising that you keep the bag from Brinks truck. We are advising that you let go and let your universe create things for you. So you're energetic. So you are grounding. You are creating your energy. You are creating your statement for your universe. It is your moon day, and you get up and put your feet on the floor. You say you are grateful. Why? Because you are alive. You get more with your universe out of gratitude than with any other energy. I'm going to repeat that. If you can be grateful for the abundance that you feel you are in lack of, your checking account has $5 in it. If you can be mega grateful for your $5 and can see how awesome $5 can treat your universe, you make it easier to turn that into $500. But if you are resentful for having $5, all I have is $5. You might even start into negative self-talk, comparing yourself to your bank account dollar amount. I am a loser. I only have $5. This is not the case. You are not anything but source love, and source love is no anything. It just is. But nonetheless, you conflate your body and yourselves all the time. But that's for a whole nother channeling when you're saying you are a loser because your wallet only has $5 in it, but the wallet's attached to your body, and the body is not you. You are the energy in it. So you are conflating all kinds of things all the time. But nonetheless, when you stand on ground and you are in your body and you are framing yourself up in your body for your day, you are intentionally stating that you want to create more love and abundance in your universe. Do not expect for the man on the Brinks truck to drive by your house at 3 o'clock and toss you a bag of $100 bills. If you are wanting more abundance in your universe, it's your job then to have an abundance mindset, to get out of your negative talk, to be in abundance, to walk around going, I am grateful. To be grateful for the abundance you already have is one big key to getting more abundance, even if it's just your $5. Your $5 could buy you a sandwich, and then you will not be hungry. Or your $5 could buy you an awesome cup of coffee. It's on how you see it. Or you could give your $5 away, knowing your universe will bring you more. So you see somebody saying, I need some help. Can you help me? You only have $5, so you give it to them. It will come back to you if you trust. If you are giving it away in lack, it will not come back. It's all about the energetics. We are getting into how you are needing to be more conscious of your energetics. So again, we're going back to the card cutting because we are at energetics. How do you want to start your week? Do you want to carry the negative energies into your week where then you are not grounding into a positive week, where you are seeing the $5 and going, I am a loser because I only have $5 to my name or in my wallet, and this is all I have. So you're grounding into all your negatives because you have not cleared your auric field of the negative energies that you are already carrying around. Did you understand that? If you don't clear, if you're not cord cutting negative energies from your universe, if you're allowing negative interactions to sit in your auric field, like you have an argument with your mom, and it's just sitting in your auric field, and you did not apologize, you did not forgive her, you did not release the conversation, and you are still mumbling, my mom, whatever. It is sitting in your auric field. Your day, even if you have an intention to be more loving, your auric field is sitting there with the darker energies of the negative conversation or the darker conversation. Not negative or positive, is how you see it, but the energetics, the darker energetic conversation you had with your mom is going to be sitting in your auric field. If you're trying to intend on more love in your universe, will you create more love? Probably not. Your energies will certainly be mixed. The love you are trying to create is going to be soured by the energies of the negative conversation that you have yet to clear or forgive or release from your mom. You cannot really create forward. Are you in understanding of this? What we are trying to state is that if you do not carry your energetics and see how your energetics are a bigger play, how people's energetics are sticking to you, and then you are taking that energetic, like, boof, it stuck to me. I am not rubber and I am not glue, so what you have said is stuck to me. Now I'm going to absorb that, and now my energetic field has come down. I woke up this morning, I want more love in my universe. I had an argument with my mom this morning, so then Josh he doesn't speak to his mom, but we are stating just for the conversation purposes here, the channeling purpose. So then you have a conversation with your mom and it's negative. If you do not clear that, the love that you are looking to create has been squashed. It'll go poof. You are now in the negative energetics of the conversation with your mom. So you're going to walk around and transmute that negative conversation, just like bringing Bob home from work. We are wanting you to understand how your energetic dance works. So if you are cutting the card, if you're saying, ooh, that was a little bit heavy, the energies of that conversation are not what I want to keep in my auric field. First, you recognize the energies. In order to cut something away, you have to recognize that it's there. And you have to give it credence, of course. You are like, oh, that was a heavy conversation. I'm going to cut those cards. I do not want to carry that heavy energy from my mom. So you are stating to your universe, yes, I acknowledge the heavier energy. It is in my auric field and I want to get rid of it. If you are just cutting cards, then you are just cutting cards. But if you are stating, and if you could tie it to something specific, like the conversation, for example, ooh, she wanted me to do X and I have to go to work, so I cannot do that. And she got angry and then she hung up and it was not a good conversation. This actually happens to Josh when this is part of his mother was little. Ooh, you can skip work and come and help me. No, you have to go to work. So, but nonetheless, so this is a situation that Josh is used to have. So then he choose then to carry the anger of it? Ooh, his mother is nuts and he has to go, I have to go to work. What is he going to, this, that, and the other? Or did he just choose to then go, that is on her. I know my universe and I cannot show up. I'm going to cut any negative energetic card, and I'm not going to own her negative energy, and I will take care of what I need to with her when I can. There is a difference than owning that and going, oh, she wanted me to come over and I cannot, and now I have to go to work, and this is so frustrating, and she's driving me nuts. Two different energies. You can take control of the energetic field. You can be in that space. You do not have to be run over, so to speak, by your mom. If you are in negative conversation with your mom, are you going to let that run your day? Are you going to Universe, take that. I want to cut the card. That negative conversation, I'm removing it from my energetic field. I forgive her for what she had said, and I forgive myself. And next time I talk to her, we will smooth it out, but I'm going to cut the card. Poof. I'm going to bring in more love, and I'm grateful for a clear energetic field. You can do that too. And then, yes, there still may be resonant energy. You might think about it, but you're not going to be angry. You are transmuting all that immediate balled up poof energy that shows up when your reactionary energy to the situation. You are transmuting that through cutting the card. You're not now carrying it in and going, oh, I have a meeting with my boss, but I am so pissed off at my mother. So I have to sit down there. What is wrong with you? I have pissed off at my mother. Well, you can take the pissed off, put it away. You're in the meeting now. You cannot carry those things around into your meeting. Your boss might see it and tell you, you cannot be pissed off at your mother in the meeting here. You are at work, so you have to be in the meeting. So you cannot carry these things and expect your universe to function well. So from this end, look into your universe. See it all as a deeper energetic dance. If you are being dovished upon or you're having a negative conversation, you do not have to carry that energy. You may not be able to clear it. You may have to, somebody may be, Fran at the water cooler may be dumping on you and then she walks away and goes to a meeting. You may not see Fran for another day. You have to carry that energy in some fashion. You can transmute that by cutting the negative card. You're going, all right, I have to deal with Fran at work, so I'm going to leave Fran as a friend, but I'm going to cut the card from this conversation and ask the universe, Archangel Michael, I'm just going to clear it from my field. I'm going to erase it from the chalkboard and clear it out. And I'm going to walk around in a better energetic state, grateful for whatever is next. You are not sitting in that energy, and you are not now going to your next meeting, folding your arms and having your boss go, why are you upset? Well, I was arguing with Fran at the water cooler. Your boss might be like, yes, we all argue with Fran at the water cooler, but you don't have to carry Fran around with you in the office. Everybody has that one person, so to speak, in their office, right? So yeah, even your boss might understand the energetics of Fran if you stated it, but you don't have to carry it. You just slip into the positive energetics of your current meeting because you are there. It's also about being in your space. You can see how this is an energetic dance. This is not the most exciting channeling or anything, but this is not supposed to be all exciting. We are here to teach you what has not been taught, what is not being taught. We could channel the latest energy updates or what is going to go on your planet, but what is that going to do for you? Are you going to create your universe? If we went and said to you, your med beds are coming, what does that do for you? That may make you not go to the doctor instead. That may make you stop taking your medication, but is that going to change your universe? We could say that, and yes, your med beds are coming. At some point, they will show up. You will go and you will do your drive-through med bed, so to speak, and you will not have to go to the doctor. And all your institutes of cancer, where we spend $1 billion to wash up cancer. Those will all fade away. But until then, you go to your doctor because that's what you've got. But you're not going to sit around waiting for your med bed and not go to the doctor. We are not advising that, but we are not also stating any other thing. We do not know your election. There is a timeline for that, but Saint Germain is not putting Josh on that timeline to tell you because we want you to create your universe. This is the grand lesson from Saint Germain through his channeling through Josh. You're not going to get, you're never going, we can't say never. Never, you can't say never for anything, but right now you are not going to get who's going to win the election. Will this happen or that? Who's going to get the most gold medals in your Olympics at the moment? Or whatever. Will anything even happen at the Olympics otherwise, if you know what we mean? So we are not going to give you those things. We do not honestly have the report. Your energetics of planet Earth is creating that at this moment. How many of you are cutting the negative cards on a daily basis? Are carrying those negative cards forward so that you cannot create positivity in your universe? It is up to you in the real time. We could see timelines, we could see different possibilities, but we are not stating what is real. And if we give you a possibility, this is something that you never think about. We're going to state this, and then we are going to end this channeling. When you watch somebody who's like, here are the energetic predictions for July, or in this case, August, right? So we are going to predict for you August 2024. Does that stop you then from predicting for yourself? Do you take that as rote, and does that slow your universe down in creation? And are you then, if you are watching that, are you grounding into that and expecting that from your universe? Are you going, oh, I heard that X is going to happen. Now I'm looking for X. I expect X to happen. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to be out of my universe. But at the same time, if there's something negative that they are stating, that this could happen in August of 2024, and it's negative, or not a positive timeline, when there's no negative or positive, but there's a timeline where maybe people get injured, or things are not as happy, or lack happens. There we go. We are going to put it that way. Or things catch on fire. There we go. Or things like that. How about that? We are not negative or positive. It's all how you interpret it. That could be positive for somebody else. If you want somebody's land and that house catches on fire and then they sell their land, that could be positive for you that house burnt down because you get an opportunity to buy their land. It's negative to them because the house burnt down, but it's positive to you because you get that land cheaply. We're going to leave all that alone as well. You understand. Nonetheless, we say things if you hear them. But nonetheless, from this end, it is very important on your end to not take all those things as rote. What do you want to create in your universe? Do not ground into what they are saying is going to or not going to happen. Take the energetics of it and flow with it. There's an energetic theme to everything. And yes, there's an energetic theme to August of 2024. There's going to be an energetic theme to September of 2024, just as well as October. But nonetheless, do not take it as rote and do not say, well, is this happening? It did not happen. They are lying to me. These are just energetics and what we are feeling. It is about what you do in your universe to create it anyways. Do not let any of those predictions about what is or what isn't, or this is going to happen, or these people might do that to these people, or whatever it is. Do not give any negative credence either. You will give it credence. You are like, oh, that could happen. Then you are putting it out there like, oh, I'm vibrating that could happen. I'm going to put it out there. Throwing the could possibly negative things happen. If you never watch it, or if you just go, not in my universe, you block it off. This person could do that. Not in my universe. I don't see that in my universe. My universe is abundant and loving. So you are you can counteract these timelines as well. You do not have to take all this as rote. So from your universe, keep in mind, one quick second here. We are Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we have channeled. There we go. Keep in mind, in your universe, it's all energetics. Are you going to cut your cards for this of your negative timelines from the past week to release them and not carry them into your new week? We give you the tools. It is up to you to do that. If you are standing there with Fran at the water cooler and she is berating her children, as we have said in many a channeling, pardon me, are you going to take Fran's negative energy and dovish yourself into a negative space? Are you going to cut the cards? It's up to you. Are you going to, Bob, your boss, yells at you about your TPS reports 3 hours before you leave work? You leave work and then you go home. And 3 hours later, you are still yelling to your wife, arguing with your wife about Bob and your TPS reports, and ignoring your children with their A+ paperwork from school. We talked about this. It's all your choice in energetics, and cutting cards or not. If you're waking up and wanting more positive in your universe, are you removing the negative and allowing for the positive without having any specifics on how it's going to create? Remember, the Brinks truck is not coming to your house to drop you $100 bills. Do you want more abundance in your universe? Let go. Give it to the universe. Cut the cards for anything that is lacking your universe. Let the abundance flow into your universe, but have no expectation as to how. Money can come a million different ways. And yes, you could find a bag from Brinks truck. I would recommend calling the police before going to jail if you spend it, but that is up to you. Releasing transmission. There we go. All right. So it is all energetics in your universe. Whoa, that one. Well, I haven't, Monday's channelings are usually a little bit heavier because I haven't channeled. Well, I channeled last night. But because I haven't done a lot of channeling over the weekend, it gets kind of deep. So I'm going to spin that off for a second. All right. I took psychic classes with Sonia Choquette. No wonder why you and Sonia. Yeah, I felt that, Henny. You and Sonia. You got this energy. That fits. You and Sonia, that's why I seen you and Sonia, because you have this mergy energy with Sonia. And it fits. I definitely get general visions on people. All right, Henny. Well, that's amazing. We're just looking through the chat here. All right. So from your end, then we thank you. Can you cut those cords today? Start fresh. If there's anything that's hanging in your auric field or anything that's like you're mumbling over in your mouth, in your breath, Can you give that to your higher? Can you cut that cord? Just toss it away. Can you cut those cords on the fly? Cut those as it happens there. You don't have to carry those energies. You've got somebody who's snarky at Walmart. You can just be like, snarky person at Walmart, I release you and your energies. You don't even have to go so far as a chalkboard, to be honest. But the visualization makes it easy. So we love you. Tomorrow we're going to bomb John Binney, so 8:33 sharp. And then remember, next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, will be Adam. If you have anybody that you know who runs a channel that would want to be interviewed by Saint Germain, drop me an email at mrfloydchannelings@gmail.com. If you go to the community page as well, I know there's still 9 of us here grateful. There is a poem from Yangtze that we posted, and there's a channeling, a downloaded written channeling from Millie that is there. So if you have something that you want posted, send it to me via email. If you know somebody, or if you want to be interviewed by Saint Germain live on Tuesday Night Live, or whenever, we're not stuck to Tuesday nights. We can go live any night. Send me an email. But Adam will be the first of hopefully many there. And we'll do some mediumship and stuff. And blessings, anyone. Everyone have a blessed, most favored day. Love you guys. I'm going to do ISIS here in a bit. I got to run to the office and figure out my lease situation. So yes, as of now, Mr. Floyd's channelings will remain in Colorado. I was told by my universe. And you can be told by your universe in a million different ways. And this one was through a video that kind of caught me. And feel good. I think it was feel good. Basically saying moving without changing yourself leaves yourself where you move, and it's not going. Nothing's going to change. So wherever I am, I got to ground into here and make the changes here. And then if I want to move, I'm already changed, and then I'm not going to be dragging myself somewhere else and looking to change. I'm already the change there. So that works. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you. ISIS should be up shortly. And thank you. I will see you all in the next. Stay awesome. Stay beautiful. Love you.